May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to a transmodal debate match on womanhood. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a six-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible, and I think I'm pretty cool. You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man. They see me as a woman. So the question,
Okay.
how can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
Okay. It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that you brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, that's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, it's something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you're standing here, and so you've brought your identity on the table for discussion. So how do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago. Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from, like, England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years, and it blew my mind to be listening to her, because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was, like, doing laundry. But it blew my mind to hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences
What
that
was
I
the
had
description?
experienced.
What did they say?
Okay, so I am honestly hesitant. I know that you touched earlier about the difficulty that transgender women might have in describing their identity, but I want to state I honestly don't feel that you would engage in this conversation in good faith.
Then why are you
And
here?
so-
Why did you stand up to talk to me if you don't want to have a conversation? You're saying that you discovered that you're a woman. I'm asking you how you did. That's a very fair question.
Okay.
How do you know that you're a woman?
That's fine. All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. It means feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends. And I was active in like Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. I had great masculine role models my whole life, and yet I never felt like I belonged. I felt welcome and included.
Why does that make you a woman?
Because
as opposed to just a man who doesn't get along with some other men, or a man who's depressed, or a man who doesn't feel at home totally in his body, which, by the way, is a pretty universal human experience. Everybody goes through it at one time or another. So in what way does that make you a woman, though? And it's interesting, you're telling me that you listen to the experiences of other transgender people.
Well, yeah.
But what about women?
So
because trans women are women, you would say, right?
I would say that, yeah.
Exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, well then why do you need to hear the testimony of quote unquote trans women? Like how you pick any actual woman in this room? In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
I know because they tell me. So here was
You need them to tell you what you are?
Women. Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around me.
And if most women...
It's incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
If who?
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman anymore, would you then relent and say I'm not a woman?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am. I'm going to trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
Okay.
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
For context, I know you like to say, everybody's rah-rahing and supporting transgender people, and yet they're still killing themselves, etc. But I'm standing here in a room full of people applauding you and asking questions like, how can I put out legislation here in New Mexico, my home state I grew up in, to try to reverse transgenderism? I'm not safe. And
How are you not safe? You just said you're standing in a room with people who disagree with you and you're perfectly fine. So how are you not safe? Okay, look, we're going round and round. You don't want to answer any of the questions. Maybe we'll end with this because we're talking about womanhood. So people can probably shout out the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
So gender is a social thing. It only makes sense.
I don't want to hear that. What is a woman? What is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman, define in the dictionary. Go.
A woman is somebody who is included and respected and seen and participates in society, recognized by other women. If you speak with women...
Circular definition.
That's mine. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the question that everyone is finding difficult to define is women, because now you're trying to define it to suit you. But anyway, I love the fact that the lady, I'll just call him a guy. His choice of question was a bit reasonable, and the manner in which he asked the question was a bit fair. Even if Matt was trying to, towards the question, try to, make him see reason why he shouldn't identify himself as a woman and be comfortable with the gender he's born in. Okay, the fact that I don't get along with people, or my kind of person, when I'm with people I don't know or I don't feel comfortable with, I just keep quiet because I don't know anyone around there and I don't want to bring myself outside. That is just my kind of person. But that does not make me feel like I don't see myself as a man. I feel we are all built differently. We are all made differently. We all, see ourselves differently. Even if you give birth to 5 different children, or let's say triplets, they all will behave in a different manner. Some of them will be extremely quiet. Some of them will be very lousy. Some of them might just be in the middle. So it depends on, sometimes we have that quality. Okay? But this is just starting now, this is just starting now. Everyone wants to just identify themselves as this because, the society permits it. Well, it's left with you. I'm not going to ask you, I'm not going to judge you by who you decide to identify yourself as. But just know that people are watching you, children are watching you, and they are learning. You see, they learn faster than we expect. And soon they will start feeling like, yeah, this is right, this is a norm, this is this, but I feel this is not supposed to be so. Okay? Because even if you feel like you act like a woman, you can act like a woman and still be father of children. If you have sex with a female, she will still get pregnant because you carry what makes you a man. So the fact that you act like them or do this does not make you a female. And even if you're a female and you feel you want to be identified as a man, if you have sex with a man, you become pregnant because biologically you are a woman. I'm not talking about people that have, double reproductive organ. They are way different. And that, I think, based on what I've heard, you can easily correct it. Pick the more active organ and just, stay with it. Or pick the more active gene. But this is a different scenario. This is a scenario whereby you just don't feel comfortable with men. You feel like you feel more comfortable with women. I've seen so many people with that disability, So many people whereby when they see female, they interact with them. They feel like this is where I belong. This is where my connection lies. I've seen so many male like that. When they are with female feel so comfortable with them because they just have this way of getting to them. Talking to them, be with them, vibe with them. It's cool. You might end up thinking, yeah, since I have this energy with female, why don't I be like them? Why don't I identify myself as them? And I've seen ladies too that they want to be with male. Like they feel that connection when they are with the opposite sex. Not sexual connection, that connection whereby they feel they can be themselves, and don't get judged. They just enjoy that company they have with male. I've seen people like that. Okay? But as time goes on, if you check yourself, everything is about your mindset. If you decide to give the opposite, or let's say, if you find it difficult to blend with the same gender with you, if you try your best to give it a try, okay, you get a particular friend, you vibe with the person, you flow with the person, you discover that yes, you don't have problem talking with your same sex. It's just that maybe you feel more comfortable with the opposite sex because you feel they understand you. But if you get a particular person that, let's say your brother, let's say I'm a guy and I have that issue, and I have my brother that I feel they understand me, that I can connect with. You see that you can easily connect with your siblings. So it's all in your mind. If you have a friend in school that you feel like can hear you, can hear your thoughts, you can communicate with that person. It does not necessarily mean the opposite sex. You have to be comfortable with them, then start acting like them, try to behave like them. Well, I don't know. I don't have that in me, but I just feel like it's something that is psychological, that it can be easily corrected. Maybe not easily, but with time. This is a beautiful one coming from Matt. I love the way he tries to make him define woman, because a woman is a woman no matter how you try to paint it. Biologically, they are different from trans. Even if you decide to go through all the knives, you can't just be woman. I won't bring the Bible into this because I might not be talking to, let's say, a believer, but just know that if it's common sense, if you are a woman, it's obvious. It's written all over you. It's written in your DNA. It's written in your body structure. It's written how you are built. If you die and your body is being kept, or you die and you decay, your bone structure will show that you're a woman. Even if you decide to, change some few things and make yourself look like a man, in 100 years from now, when they dig up your grave, they'll feel like, yes, this is indeed a woman. Anyway, this is a beautiful one. I enjoyed this so much, and this video might not suit well for everyone, but it's just an eye-opening to people out there. Okay, if you want more videos like this, click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button. Thanks for watching, and remember this.